Hi, I'm Joseph Noah. I'm a medical doctor and a biochemist, and I'm the author of Document X, Direct Evidence of God's Existence. Now we come to the miracle of Moses, or the parting of the Red Sea. Now God sent Moses for three reasons to confront Pharaoh. That is, one, with a political message to release the children of Israel. Secondly, make him aware of these misguided beliefs. And thirdly, to restore Pharaoh to the true faith, that is, the belief in one true God. Now, according to the traditional understanding in the Quran, the Israelites were trapped between the sea in front of them and Pharaoh behind them, intent on killing them. Moses is ordered to strike the sea with his rod, and then the sea miraculously parted, allowing the passage of the Israelites. Now, did this really happen? Now, let's consider a practical example. Consider a gigantic dam reinforced by concrete walls and filled with water. If you remove a segment of this wall, you'll find that there will be a violent outflow of water. The water will just gush through this gap. This is because of the sheer weight of the water and the laws of nature. Now, repeat the experiment. This is a thought experiment. And now somehow the water doesn't flow through the gap. It is as if there's a kind of an invisible shield keeping the water in place. Now shift the scene to watching the oceans. You watch the oceans, and all of a sudden the oceans part, creating a dry path. And on each side of this dry path there's a mountain of water. Two invisible barriers sprang up from nowhere, blocking the water from filling the dry tract. Now, if this is true, if this really happened, it would mean that the nature of water has changed and that the forces of nature at that moment was relaxed. Now, we've learned from the Quran that the nature of a thing is unchangeable. It is fixed by God. And that the function and operation of the universe depends on the relentless operation of the laws of nature. They cannot be relaxed for a moment. Did the sea split open? Or is our understanding of the verses relating to this incorrect? The Quran gives us clues that this miraculous opening up of the sea did not actually happen. This is expressed in chapter 20, verse 77, where God instructs Moses to travel with his servants by night and seek or strike or find a dry path for them through the sea. Now, why by night? The Quran doesn't make statements for no reason. Every statement has been meticulously chosen and has a definite purpose. By night would mean, firstly, at night it's quiet, people are asleep, visibility is poor. It would be the best time for the Israelites to plan their escape. But more important is that at night time, God in his infinite wisdom knew that the location that they were to cross, that at that time the sea normally recedes and the banks are exposed. Moreover, Moses was a leader, authority in the army of Pharaoh for many years, and he was well acquainted with the geography of that territory. And this crossing probably happened at the extreme northwestern side of the Red Sea, where now is the Suez Canal. Moreover, it is believed that the sea today is much, much deeper than it was many centuries ago. Trapped now between the sea in front of them and Pharaoh in hot pursuit of the Israelites, intent on killing them, with the banks now exposed, creating a dry track, the Israelites crossed the sea. Pharaoh, now blinded by hatred and focused on massacring the children of Israel, enters the sea. In the meantime, the sea has become rough and the levels of the sea has risen tremendously, significantly. By the time Pharaoh realizes this, it's too late and he is submerged by the violent tides and he is drowned. Now, this still happens today, where the sea can be deceptively calm. And literally within minutes it can become rough and unmanageable, and the unwary, many careless people have been drowned in this way. The moral of the story is that, if this event really happened, there's no way we can prove it if it happened centuries ago. And moreover, it contradicts reality. The essential lesson for us is that it doesn't matter the conditions, whether death stares us in the face or if events seem inconceivable by human standards. God, having infinite power without violating his laws, can bring about a sequence of events which will save the innocent and destroy the wicked, which is well demonstrated in the history of Moses and Pharaoh. Now, an interesting verse here is 10:90, where Pharaoh, when he's now in the process of drowning, realizing that he faces irreversible death, he recants. He says, now I believe in God. And then God says, now, while just a minute or a few moments ago you were in rebellion. So this verse gives us insight into the nature of the rebellious atheistic mind. When he realizes the end is in sight, he immediately sees the reality. He realizes his arrogance, his false beliefs, and the crushing disaster that is about to befall him. And the last verse I want to quote concerning this topic is 10:92, where God says, today we shall save thee in thy body, so that thou shalt be a sign unto men coming after thee. So this verse refers to the Egyptian custom of embalming kings and their aristocratic leaders. And this only became known with the discovery of the Valley of the Kings in the 18th century. Now, if you visit the Cairo Museum, watching Ramesses II embody there, it's a chilling experience that this is the same Pharaoh that gave Moses so much trouble. And it's a stunning verification of the divine nature of the Quran. It is interesting that in another religious book, it speaks about the death of Pharaoh, that nothing of Pharaoh remains.